explosion. I made the explosion last longer in that particular version of the song since it's more whimsical.
I like it.
I'm glad you do.
I like it. You know what else I like?
What's that?
I like that we're here doing another episode of DrawBomb.
It's another episode of DrawBomb. Boo, wee, boo, wee, boo, wee, boo, wee, boo, wee, boo, wee. Sorry.
Oh wait, I have something for this.
I am so proud of you and you.
Not quick enough. Be like, this button do what I think it does? Yeah, there we go. I have that. That'd be the wee woo wee woo wee woo.
Oh wait, play it again.
Right
in the background. I see. Hold on. Look at that. Woo! That's fun. Wee woo wee. Oh.
Oh, sorry, I turned it off.
It's okay. No, I like it. I didn't see it
middle
before though.
button.
I like it. Wee woo wee woo wee woo wee woo wee woo wee woo wee woo.
I should connect like a noise to it or something.
That would be hilarious to do. So you have that attached to your stream deck.
I do.
Nice.
Anytime.
That's awesome.
I have it hooked up to a smart plug, and then a button on my Steam Deck.
Sweet.
Lotus Clock says, for a second I thought Brandon had gotten swatted. No, I'm not successful enough yet. Not a big enough target.
Yeah.
You know, that's
God.
when you know you've made it. When someone
Dude, could you
swats
imagine getting swatted? That'd be so sick that if we were popular enough to get swatted.
Yeah, it would feel so good.
Dude, I'd feel important.
If somebody swung through my window and a boot connected right with my head, that's when I know I made it.
Exactly. Boy, if only. Jeez, could you imagine? It would
Someday.
probably sound something like this.
FBI, open up!
What? Who's that? Who's that? Okay, hold on. I'll be right back.
No, Ian, don't do it. Oh no.
I got him.
It's okay.
Change, you filthy animal.
I got every single one of them.
You got him.
Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
All right.
And we were just talking
We're
behind
out
the
of
scenes
control.
about how we shouldn't do
We're gonna
this
have
exact
restraint.
thing.
We're gonna be clever. Then we didn't do that at all.
Yep,
That's all right.
we completely ignored our own like pep talk that we gave ourselves.
We just did it because we want to know if we could.
That's right.
FBI, open up!
Hold on, I'll be right
Oh,
back.
no, they're back. Right. All right. No, Ian, don't.
Okay. Moving on.
You have the wrong thing up on the show again. Still, I mean, it's fun, but you got
What is
you
happening?
got the magma up.
The magma is up. What? Goodness gracious. It sure
You
is.
did it. What do you mean? You're like all. What the what?
Oh,
What
what
is this
the? Baba,
thing that is
hey, what?
occurring? How is
Baba.
this happening?
Hold on. Oh. It says. But. Oh. There we go. I had the random window open. I fixed it. My apologies. We've been drawing some absolute gold over here, as you can see.
Ian's also doing a similar drawing to what I did in the magma.
I am just now seeing that, now that I've, like, had to manage.
Is that purely coincidence?
I think so.
Wow.
That or I subconsciously, like, got the picture that you drew in my peripheral vision or something, or like I was looking around. I don't know. But crazy either way.
Wow. Ian, how have you
Brandon,
been?
I've been alright.
How was your week?
It was okay. I worked some more, and that's it really. I got nothing going on, man. I got nothing.
That's fair. I same. Also worked a bunch, and then I was very excited for this weekend because my last like weekend that I'm just like
Slammed.
don't have to go places and do things for Christmas stuff and travel around and just be busy all the time in my free time.
Yeah.
And then I got sick, so it's been great.
Oh no! I actually knew that you were feeling sick, but it's unfortunate that this was the timing of it all.
I know. I was excited for this weekend. So I'm like, this is it. This is my
That's a
last
bummer.
one until like January. This is the last one where I get to when I say weekend, I mean like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 'Cause
Yeah.
I work every weekend. Like normal people weekends, like Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, this was my last one until next year. But oh well.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Still
That's
making
rough.
the best of it. It's all right.
That's rough stuff.
It's all right. It's hard. I work in a place where it's just surrounded by sick people chewing. Especially this time of year, they're like, "Well, it's my boss is paying for dinner for all of us to come in for Christmas, so I'm not gonna miss that. I don't care if I'm sick."
If ever you're gonna be in a place where there's wet, saliva-y air to breathe in, it's gonna be where you
The
are.
restaurant.
Yeah.
People be masticating on all sides of me.
You got that
I'm
right.
getting masticated on from every direction.
Hmm.
Everybody around me just like with their saliva all over me.
That's right. And then they have that good food and they go. I don't know. I didn't.
They go like that.
Yeah.
I was
And then
expecting
they
something a little more
also.
relevant.
That's them moaning about how good the food is.
Yeah. There you go. And that's an air horn.
What a aren't people glad I got my sound fixed so I can use the soundboard again? Aren't people thrilled?
I know you mentioned it briefly, but yeah, just before the show started, literally seconds before, we were talking about how, the more sounds we add, the more it'll feel like a clever addition rather than just spam. And here we are.
Proving ourselves wrong. This is so funny, Brandon. This is peak comedy here. If people don't appreciate it, they're wrong.
I don't know what I'm drawing either. I don't
What
know
are
I'm
you
doing with
drawing?
my life.
Dude, what are we doing with our
Don't know, I
lives?
don't
This is
wanna
episode
draw it anymore.
201 of a show, and
You know what? Maybe art isn't what I want to do anymore. Maybe I just stopped. Maybe that was my last drawing I ever did.
oh my god, could you imagine?
What about that?
What would you do now?
I don't know. What do people do? Go read a book or something? What do normal people do?
I have a book I've been meaning to finish reading for a while.
Maybe I'll go read a book. What do people do with their lives when they're not at work? Does it weird you out? I think we've discussed this before. I'm not sure if we've done it on the show, but pretty often actually, I hear people talk about. The context varies, whether it's like retirement or they're just talking about like in general, or like, maybe a slow season or something like that, where they're not required to go to their jobs and they're like, I don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah.
I get bored. I don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
And that is the weirdest fucking thing in the world to me.
I don't get
I'm
that.
like, well, what do you enjoy to do? And they're like, what do you mean? I don't know. Whatever.
Do you have hobbies, sir?
But you don't.
And they go, no.
It's really weird to me.
Yeah.
Work should not be.
All
Unless
there
you
is.
really love your job, which is fine. That's great if you do. You're one of the few.
Yeah.
But it's weird when that's your whole thing.
I know a few people who have been like, yeah, I don't have any hobbies, and I'm just like, what
What does that mean?
what do you look forward to then?
What do you like? What do you mean you don't have hobbies?
Do you like sit down then and like eat like put snacks in your face and then like watch reality TV all day? Like I don't know what you do then. Like,
look, I do that sometimes too, but it's not all I do.
I know, but like even then, like reality TV could be considered a hobby of sorts. So like,
Yeah,
do not.
you could be like, just commit to something.
Yeah.
Be like, I enjoy. Yeah, you can enjoy
Baseball.
watching TV.
Like anything.
Yeah, watching TV can be a hobby, but I think honestly that is probably what the answer is for most people. They just don't think that counts. But regardless, like if watching TV is your main hobby, it seems like a little bit of a bummer to me. But I'm not here to yuck your yum at all.
We don't yuck
I'm
yums
sure there's
here.
several people that would think the things that I think are fun. They might think that's sad or boring.
True.
So
Like, oh, you sit down all day and like put a pencil to a paper and then hate what comes out. Yeah, it's called making art. Okay.
You make beautiful work. You
No,
like
I mean,
what you make.
I'm not like trying to be like a bummer right now. I'm just like, that's how like maybe an artist might describe the process
or might be
of art.
perceived.
Yeah. It was a comedic like explanation of what art is.
Oh, that's like a weird like spider leg thing or something.
Oh, I don't know why, but I decided to start creating a Resident Evil Akira monster.
I thought it was like a movement of snow, and so I was making like a snowbender type guy underneath it, and now I see what you're doing, and I will have to adjust.
I'm sorry to throw this curveball at you.
The goal is for me to not complete a drawing this whole episode.
You completed that snowman over here at the
yeah,
over here. Look at that. Oh, and then Lotus
true.
Clock is
Wow.
drawing a cute version of our clock versions of ourselves dancing on the piano. Well, I'm Snoopy, except I'm Top Cat Clock, and you're Linus at the piano.
right.
If anything, it's ironic though, because I'm the one who knows how to play piano.
I was just about to say, you actually know how to play piano, and I actually know how to bust a move. So like,
That's right, you do.
he's
I've
got
seen
it
it.
backwards.
Dun, 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 dun. You know
I've
what?
done professional dance for 14 years.
What are you being, Christopher Walken? Is that your...
I don't know. I don't know what professional dance would
I didn't want to say like,
but,
no, you haven't, but I was like, is there a facet of your life I don't know? Like, have you just never
dude,
told
what,
me
I'm supposed
that?
to tell you everything all the time? we only
I'm
see each
pretty
other, like,
sure
once or
you're
twice a
fucking
year.
lying
why
right
would
now.
I tell you? Why would you know everything about me? I mean, we only see each other a couple times a year. Like, you don't know that I dance professionally. Where do you think the bulk of my income comes from?
Also, Lotus says in Peanuts, the piano player is Schroeder, and not Linus is the guy with the blanket. I got it turned around. My bad. You're right, Lotus. Thank you.
What's the bird?
Woodstock.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then Snoopy's cousin, Spike.
Go on.
That's it. That's it.
And then
It's just weird that
Snoopy's
Snoopy
cousin.
has like a cousin Spike who's like got a like weird straw beard and like a shitty hat.
yeah, I mean Snoopy has a lot of extracurricular things that are weird. He fights in World War II from time to time.
Yeah,
as a hobby.
that's true. Well, I think it's World War One actually.
Oh,
I could be wrong. I don't know when the Red Baron.
I could also be wrong.
I'm gonna Google it because I've
I know
actually.
we made or the Red Baron. So when did the pizzas come out? I think that's a good way to kind
That's
of.
a good
gauge-
metric.
We can track.
World War One.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it.
Yeah. Wow. He died
fuck, I'm drawing.
pretty young. Go figure. Who could have seen that coming?
Yeah, it seems like a bad industry to get into.
Yeah.
Being a famous soldier.
Yeah, I would say so. He got shot down by the Red Baron. World War One. So there you go. Yeah. Also, hey, Mad Lad. Mad Lad's in the chat. What's up? Yeah, we're here. We're drawing. I decided to. I don't know why. I feel like there's a high percentage of pictures that we draw in this show that or at least that I draw, that are like Resident Evil inspired. I think that game series has had a more
inspiring.
outsized impact on my like artistic sort of things than I usually consider.
I know there's no way to quantify it, but it would be cool to see just like a what has influenced you the most without you knowing it.
Dude, I would
thing.
love a chart of that, like a 23andMe, but it's for like your artistic inspiration. That would be super fun to see.
I wonder if it would like mess you up to know
Right.
that, to have that information.
Huh. I bet there's a fucking AI that you could enter and it would you could use an AI to do that eventually, but
It's like,
you know.
I will tell you what inspires you. Please insert all of your art into the box.
Please, I will not
Give
scrape
me it.
this
And-
art.
No, this is no. I just want to help.
I want to make
yeah.
charts with your pictures.
I'm gonna make charts. And I'll throw it away after. I promise.
I
Then you dump it in there, and it's like, oh yeah, you're inspired by, I don't know, Family Guy. Anyway, see ya.
Damn, like you really like furries. Anyway, see ya. Peace.
Like, I don't think that's okay. Bye. Shouldn't have done that.
I don't know, fucking
mean, that's-
Sopranos.
Ironically,
See
that's
ya.
kind of what like 23andMe is turning into.
Oh yeah.
Is like, well, it's like being potentially used for.
Oh, it's used to collect people's
immoral
like,
things,
DNA data.
and
Yeah.
There's people actively like fighting for and against like insurance companies being able to scrape that info and just like automatically like, oh, you're prone to cancer, we will not take you on as a client type things.
Yeah.
Because you use 23andMe.
That's exactly why
And
I've
it's like,
never
that's fucked up.
done
Yeah.
it. Is because as soon as like I heard that website existed, I was like, they probably fucking sell your data to.
Somebody was like, I'm not using it because of that, and I'm like, you're crazy. And then I like read up on it a little bit later, and I'm like, oh shit. Like a couple years later, they like it came out that was like a very real thing that was kind of in the throes of happening, and I was like, oh shit, they were right. I called them crazy.
I had to do some kind of report on something for some class a long time ago at this point, which is why I'm being so vague, is because I don't remember. But I remember it being about how there was a case where somebody's DNA, when they were like figuring out the human genome, one of the people who was like part of that, like the first person maybe who had their full genome mapped out potentially was the person, but
Okay.
this person essentially had to file a lawsuit. I'm trying to remember everything. I don't remember it perfectly, so it'd be better if somebody just looked it up. But the person basically had to like file a lawsuit because people were trying to like copyright their genome sequence, which is like their DNA. So it's like it has been a thing in court about whether or not you can like trademark or copyright
You should
a
automatically
DNA sequence.
you should automatically trademark your own when you're born. It should just be a rule. Similar to like intellectual licenses.
Yeah, your IP.
So it's like if it's you, it's yours. You're the OC.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it.
Why can't we have anything nice in this world?
Not even our own DNA.
No. God forbid I get comfortable enjoying my own DNA.
Right,
That's not allowed anymore. Anyways.
So there was a lawsuit
Remember
in 2013 about how DNA is not patentable, but that doesn't say anything about... I couldn't find any earlier articles, but I do remember reading about this. It's hard to find like specific like dates if I don't, or like the specific lawsuit if I don't know the dates, but yeah. It's come up, which is why I saw this coming from a long time ago.
I just wanted to know how many times, how closely related I was to Genghis Khan. That's all I wanted to know,
Yeah.
and now my life is ruined.
Now I know I'm prone to Crohn's.
That's actually what I do want it for, is just like to know that shit, but I don't want anybody else to know. I just want to know.
Yeah, that would be helpful if I had that on hand, but you know, the only way to do that is to make it also accessible to the worst people imaginable.
Mm-hmm. They're just frothing at the mouth. They want that swab. They want me to spit. They want me to hawk to in a tube for them.
Oh, jeez, don't.
I will not do it.
You will not hack through it.
What is that for? What?
What? The
I just mean like spitting.
I know. I know what you mean.
I just don't understand the reaction, I guess. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
I'm just so sick of her.
Of who?
I'm so sick of that lady.
What lady? I don't know what you're talking
Miss
about.
Tua.
I'm not familiar.
Okay.
That's just how I talk about spitting. I was just any parallels with things that you're talking about are purely coincidence, I think.
Okay,
I don't really know.
I understand. I understand what's going on here. I see. I have to check my phone real quick. I just got a text message.
Lois Clock says, if you can press charges against someone who creates a character that looks just like you, I guess you can lawsuit someone who steals your DNA sequence, maybe. Yeah, but you probably true if they steal it, but I'm sure it's very tightly mentioned in the paperwork that you fill out before you send it in that they have like the right to it, and it's probably hidden away. They're not doing it illegally. They're doing it legally, but unfortunately, like, to use those services, you have to give away, like, I think your consent to them walking around with your.
It's like part of the user agreement or something like that.
Yeah. But yes, if they were using it, just like if they just somehow got a hold of it and then were using it, then yes, you could probably sue them. But I don't think that's really what thing that's happening.
Yeah, most of the people who take the 23andMe thing and get the results back, they most likely didn't read the user agreement, and because I mean it's always made to be as like Byzantine as possible.
Yeah,
to
and also,
get through
I
that
think
whole
it leaves
thing.
the door open intentionally for future things that might change, or prospects that might open for them to use that info.
Yeah.
So something that's not a threat. It's like the whole. This is like unrelated, but just a similar idea of like the technology changing around a contract is like. I mean, there's voice actors now that are getting their like likeness stolen by AI.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't in. It couldn't have been in the contract when they originally did their character, because the technology is recent. So nothing they can do now or something like that. That's pretty dumb.
Yeah. It's all pretty wacky, I gotta say. I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, I actually know.
DNA so they can tell you your ancestry, and they get to make a clone of you to enslave for their evil ends. That's got to be a plot of something, because if not, that's pretty good. I feel like that's
got to be done somewhere, right? Like as like a script.
But something like anybody, yeah, like you do the 23andMe, and then all of a sudden they create clones of you.
You know, it'd be actually pretty fucking cool. Again, if this hasn't been done yet, they should. But it's you take the 23andMe, you get your results back. You're like, oh wow. They make a clone of you, and then they send the clone of you to kill you, to replace you
Whoa.
So then that they basically have a
What's the next
person
part?
on the inside that they have full control
Profit.
of everywhere, you know? And then they can exploit.
I think the hard part is they haven't yet invented clones that enjoyed working. I guess the whole idea behind robots too, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can clone me, but that version of me is gonna hate going to work just as much if you did a good job.
Well, the idea is that these clones don't hate going to work.
We're gonna get in there. We're gonna use CRISPR, and we're gonna make them love to go to work and love capitalism.
And he's gonna fucking he's gonna do all the things we want him to do. It's a good idea.
Well, if you can make one of those, just make a bunch. You don't
I think
need
it's got legs.
multiple ones. Make a bunch of one guy.
But then
and make it like.
But this way
Army
people
of the
don't.
Clones.
This way you can basically like slowly.
Oh, people won't be on to what's going on.
Exactly, it's not obvious because, you know, just one by one, a person here or there gets replaced by a clone.
What's the advantage to people not knowing? They don't want people be like they're taking their jobs type thing.
Well, because then people will object to taking the test to getting the clones made of them, and also everyone will be pretty pissed.
Good one.
Are you trying to punch holes in my brilliant story?
Yes. Yes, I am. I don't know. Yes. They replace you. I think we should go back to the days of evil plots just for the sake of evil. We don't have to. You don't have to science it out, explain why it's a good business proposition. They can just be, yes, and then soon I will have replaced everyone on Earth. Why though? What? Why?
The bank account, so I have access to everyone's. I control everybody. I mean, if we've put up with Raccoon or Umbrella Corporation doing what it does for as long as we have, they literally like exterminated all of humans by like movie 3. So
yeah, how do you get to still be profitable? Your end goal can't be profit if you just ended the world. Yeah, as a science experiment. What's the goal?
Exactly.
I think human like evolution is their goal, right? Something like that.
It's something like that.
Like, hey, we're stronger and faster and more regenerative, although we do look like eyeball monsters. That is the downside. But we're better than we ever were.
Woo! Suck it.
Is that the goal?
I don't know. I mean,
God,
it doesn't
I'm
make sense.
so excited. They're supposed to drop some new Resident Evil info soon for like 9.
Man,
I want to know what that is.
Sorry, I probably just blew everyone's eardrums out. I am so fucking sorry.
Whip, snap. Whip, perf, snap, purse.
There it is. Yeah, I want to know what that is because I want to play it.
Mad Lad says, I've heard they may show something Resident Evil related at the Game Awards.
That's
well,
what I
then,
keep hearing too.
That would be interesting, and I'd be very thrilled to see that.
Hope they do.
I do too.
We haven't gotten real like big world story updates in a while because the last couple new games have been the Ethan Winters story, which has a little bit of specklings from like what's going on. And honestly, those games have been awesome. I'm not like sad
I fucking
about
love
that
those
at all.
games. They're like my favorite Resident
that's
Evil
not
games in the whole series.
Certainly not a criticism, and the story's way better in those than anything else.
Yeah.
I just out of curiosity, I'm like, you know, what's going on with the rest of the gang?
Exactly.
And I imagine this game will dig into that a little bit.
I want to see what's happening with Leon.
Yeah, what's Leon doing? he's you know, I love how complex his resume is.
Yeah. It's got some real
he was like
accolades going
rookie
on.
cop, and then in like all it took was one zombie apocalypse, and now he's protecting the president.
And rescuing his daughter.
Yeah. Well, I think in 6,
He's actually
I
supposed
haven't
to be
played all of
protecting
it,
the president, right?
but he's just like the president's straight up like bodyguard, which
Yeah.
like I would hire him too if he
I would, yeah.
managed to go to like Death Island and save my daughter.
Yeah, I would hire Lee. He saved if he saved your daughter, you hire the man, like clearly.
Yeah. Not only saved the daughter, but like it wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna follow you around if somebody tries to attack you, I'll protect you. It's like she's straight up on like a 80s cartoon villains lair island.
Yeah.
Surrounded by monsters, and he went in with like a knife and a pistol and some like chicken eggs and saved her.
Yep. And chicken eggs. Yeah, man,
so
like
he's
he's like the best. You hire that man. That's who you hire.
I think you still have the wrong canvas screen on.
Oh my god, why does that keep happening?
I don't know, because you're screwing it up. I think it's the answer.
I thought I said no
think it's
more
'cause you're blowing it.
mistakes. I'm blowing it. Oh, wait, why?
No, the mistakes stop at episode 300.
It's literally not. Oh my god, I think
just
what
says
I've
no.
done. I think I'm currently. Yeah, what I've done is I started drawing in this particular.
Look, I'm not trying to make it all complicated for you. You can just, we can.
I'm the one making it complicated, okay?
Oh god. Ian, have you
Anyways.
watched anything fun that you haven't seen in a while? Played anything new?
I feel like the
done
answer is
anything,
yes, but I
consumed?
can't remember right now. I feel like the answer is yes, though. Give me a
I know
minute.
you and the gang watched some movies, and I know you've been playing a few little things here and there.
No.
No. Okay.
I got nothing.
There you go. All right.
Just been watching MASH with the family. We're actually nearing the end of MASH. We're getting pretty close to the end of it.
my
Like
God.
we've watched most of the episodes at this point.
The war's almost over.
I don't know. I don't know how it ends.
It's based in historical accuracy, so
I just gotta
Ends
look
with-
up what happened to all the people.
yeah. Where are they now?
Where is they? Oh, jeez, you're right. It was a long time ago.
Oh no. What have I been playing? I've been playing started playing the Indiana Jones game.
That's right, you
yesterday.
have.
Came out yesterday.
Looking
It's
pretty
cool
good.
so far. It's pretty cool so far. I'm getting still like pretty early in, but it's fun. It's very pretty. I wasn't gonna spend $70, so instead I just signed up for Games Pass for a month, which is instead $11. Seems like a better
Deal.
option. I think I don't think it will hurt Bethesda too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's been pretty cool. It
Cool.
looks good. It's fun. I'm excited to see where it goes, but I'm starting to get the hang of it, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I was watching. You were streaming it for us in a Discord call earlier today, and it looked really good. And I enjoyed what I saw.
Yeah, unfortunately, when they were watching, I was just like looking around for collectibles and like taking pictures of cats and doing very non-Indiana Jones things. But I'm being the Indiana Jones I want to see
That's
in
right.
the world.
That's right. I was
You didn't
gonna
take
make
enough
that same
pictures of
joke,
cats
but
in the
you.
movies.
I was gonna make that same joke, but then you did it, and I was like, okay, good. Well, I don't need to make that joke anymore. But you joked it. You made the joke. So good. You know?
Totally.
This is a great episode so far, Brent. How do you feel about it?
I think it's one of our best. I think the banter is off the charts.
Yep.
It's flowing smoothly. And I really think these breakdowns are also just like one of the best things we can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
The drawings, I've had no trouble coming up with things to draw, and you know, it's been working out well. I think this episode.
I think so too. I think you're absolutely right about that.
And are you excited for the holiday season?
Brandon, yes. I'm excited to get it over with. I mean, I'm excited for all the things that the holiday season comes with, but I'm also always excited for things to just fucking chill out, because the holidays, there's a lot that goes on in the span of a few short weeks.
Yeah.
And it always stresses me out.
I usually enjoy them. It's usually
I enjoy them a lot,
I mean,
but
I'm
it's
always
stressful.
stressed, and it's due to bad planning. I think I always wait
Yeah.
to do a lot of stuff I need to do. It stresses me out, and it's expensive, and I guess it doesn't have to be, but it often is. And I don't know. Yeah, busy. But I'm excited to see a lot of my peeps that I don't see that often. I miss my family. I don't see them as much as I would like to.
I'm excited
It'll
for
be
you
awesome
to
to
see
see
your family.
I'm gonna look upon them and be like, father, brother, and so on.
You'll squish their faces around like they were Mario
I like
in
to
the
squish
64.
my dad's face. Exactly. My dad loves that too. He's like, my boy.
Wait.
None of these things happen.
That's the sound when you like pull.
So
the
long,
nose and-
Bowser.
Ah, nice. Wait.
Bowser!
Play that again.
So long, Bowser.
So that one has been altered, where he
Has
says
it?
"gay," because he normally says "so long."
Bowser.
I thought that's how it sounded in the real one, and that's
Yeah,
why the
but-
joke. I mean, he doesn't actually say gay, but it sounds a lot like it.
Play it one more time.
What does he say in the real one, or what's the actual script?
Just play it again.
I know, but I want to listen for it when I.
I think he says "so
press
long,
it when I'm
a
ready.
Bowser." But it sounds like they made the G hit a little bit extra hard on that audio clip, so he actually says.
Here we go. Let's observe.
So long, Bowser. So long, Bowser.
I don't know. I think he just hits the G on long.
So longa a Bowser. It's.
So
I mean,
long,
it's.
Bowser.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It might be the OG. I don't know. It just sounds like. I don't think I've ever heard it isolated like that. So hearing it so isolated makes it sound so. Maybe that is the case. Maybe it just makes it sound so much like that. So long,
Either way, it's a fun
Bowser.
sound. I'll have to look into that and do more research outside of the show.
So
or
long,
during
Bowser.
the break.
Peaches.
Mad Lad says, "Isn't Indiana Jones' whole thing getting collectibles?" Yes, you're right, but there's more cinematic versions of that than wandering through hallways looking at a map and then being like, "Oh, here it is," and then picking it up. But yes, there are definitely. That's a good observation. You are right.
It's like his whole thing.
But some of it, you have to punch a few Nazis. You have to swing around on your thing, and you have to. There's a big John Williams is playing in the background, and then other stuff. If you're doing like just checking off, like collect 100 of these, it's more like you just go pick them up, like video game style.
Yeah. Lotus Clock says, I drew a cute little Brandon and a little Ian celebrating winter. So wait, I'm not cute? Is that what you're saying? I'm not cute? Look at that right there.
That's right. You're just a little Ian. I'm
Dun
cute
dun dun
little-
dun dun.
Swing around on your thing, Brandon. 2024. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Have a podcast? No.
Yeah.
Swing around on that thing.
Swing around that thing. Tua.
I need a whip noise.
I
thought
how do
about-
we not have whip noises on our soundboards? Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
I'm rectifying this.
Similar.
I'm gonna rectify this during the BRB. Oh. Hey,
That's not a whip. That's a punch.
You punch me? Wait, hold on. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna.
Hey. Oh. That's enough.
I like that I managed to make it random punch noises too.
Yeah, that is a cool thing.
Sometimes I manage to find some, but I'm most of all, when it comes to our soundboards and how like much we've maneuvered them and progressed them and things like that, I just have to say
I am so proud of you and you.
That's the greatest thing. I mean, actually, there's nothing like wrong with it, but that is something that is like a very common pitfall of the soundboard is you add something new and then you just want to use it
over and over
a lot.
Yeah.
And
With
so
a very weak sort of segue into using it, it's like barely held together as like an
short of me
excuse.
being like, hey, I added this and I show you like a few things, which maybe I should stop doing that because it'd be funnier if it was a surprise. But I have a lot of things on here that I haven't used because I'm waiting for them to be
Find the right
relevant
moment
or useful.
Well, Brandon, you better use them soon because
We are no longer young whipper snapper. Whip snap. Whipper snapper.
There you go. Well done.
We are getting older. Responsibility for our lives. High time.
All right, time.
hi
The-
time.
Great. Balloon factory, right? Is that what it's called?
Balloon shop.
Balloon shop.
Balloon shop.
Shop. I hope they're all doing good. I know Owen Rogers is still doing it up
Yeah,
in various pursuits.
a few years ago I did look into like the other all of the members of Balloon Shop just to see if I could find out like where they are nowadays, and I did kind of find out where they all seem to be. I mean, very different places sort of, but they all seem to kind of be in good contact with each other, it seems like, as of however long ago I saw it.
Good. The parasocial
And,
person in me wants this.
Yeah. They're all pursuing different things, though. I'm not sure if they're all doing creative stuff.
Seen I don't know their names, but this I don't even know how to describe them. The one with longer hair, I haven't really seen him in much, but the other guy occasionally is like still in like videos with Owen Rogers.
Oh, really?
I've seen him once or twice lately.
Huh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
J Marshall CA, welcome.
Whoa!
Says I was told there are cute things here, cute things and cute little
Yeah.
things. And then
There you go. Look at that.
you know,
Look at that in weeping cuteness.
wow, it's adorable. It's clean, I like that.
I like it. Whoa.
Look at the frolicking. They're frolicking, all right.
They frolic.
Oh my God, the snowman has a gun.
Oh yeah, because he's trying to fight the Silent Hill monster.
I just made a little cult, man.
You sure did.
And you should be happy I made anything at all, because I was struggling.
I'm
Be
thrilled.
happy for me.
Don't
Thank you.
worry. Be happy now.
Now I just need a smart button that makes that go off. Back there,
There
although
you
you wouldn't be
go.
able to hear it.
It's perfect. It's flawless.
It's really kind of a shitty device for how popular it got.
What is?
The Billy Big Mouth Bass, which I have right here on my wall. The songs it has are each like It's like 5 or 10 seconds. I'm sure that was some licensing thing, and then like it only has 2 songs. It's like
Right.
for how it was in every single grandfather's basement. I don't know. I mean, I guess at the time maybe it was more of a technological marvel, but
Perhaps.
looking at it from 2024's perspective, I'm like kind of dumb, but it is iconic.
Yes, yes, and yes, it is. Lotus Clock says, "Hey, Ian and Brandon, why don't you tell our friend Jay Marshall what forms of media you've engaged with over the last week?" God, I don't. That's the thing is, I don't.
We just finished that portion, and it was pretty sparse.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot. I guess we didn't. We did play a little bit of a game last night
Yes.
that we could
What was it
discuss.
called?
Ship of Fools.
Yeah, that's pretty good, pretty fun.
I enjoyed it. I want to play more. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 2-player. Like you have a ship, and it's like top down, and there's like it's kind of like a bullet hell esque.
It does feel that way. It feels very chaotic, and
You have to manage the ship, keep it from getting destroyed, and manage items on it, and load your cannons and shoot at stuff and fight at things landing on the boat, and you're just trying to make it to the end. And then it's got kind of like a faster than light map if you ever played FTL, where it's like you kind of choose your trajectory. Also similar to like Void Bastards if you played that one. And it's a roguelike, so it kind of progress a little bit, but it's pretty fun. Art style's really cute.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I like the character designs a lot.
I mentioned I've been playing Indiana Jones. Don't have much to say except for that's like, I don't know. It's really well done. It's probably the closest thing. We'll see how the story goes, but it's probably the closest thing we'll get to a good Indiana Jones movie ever happening again.
True.
And I don't know. It's really beautiful. It's impressive. It's really well optimized, which is rare these days, so that's cool. What else? I've been so I've mentioned this before on the show. Me and Morgan, our TV has like all these like built-in channels, whether it's like Samsung or something. And a lot of them are just like something they've bought the rights to, and it just loops like endlessly. Like this is the Storage Wars channel, and it just plays endless Storage Wars episodes. We normally leave it on Fear Factor all the time, just because it's like a really funny, random. It's just a really absurd thing to just like you turn off the movie you're watching, and all of a sudden it's like Joe Rogan being like, "Eat all the Beatles! You gotta chew them if you want to win." So we just leave it on. And anyways, this season we changed it over to Hallmark Christmas movies. So every time we turn something off,
good choice.
And those movies are shitty to begin with, but now with like no context, it's really funny because we'll turn something off, and all of a sudden it'll just be like the movie's ending, and they're like, "So you decided to quit your big city job and come live on the farm with me, huh?" And it's just like weird, like schlocky, basic scripts that like in the end you're just catching the end result. I don't know. It's really fun out of context.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds like a great way to like just kind of pop into a portion of a Hallmark movie. Sounds like a really fun way like to have that happen.
Yeah. It's funny seeing it out of context.
Yeah. Have I ever told you what? Sorry, you go first because I know what you're gonna do.
No, you go ahead.
No. I have a whole. You go ahead.
Okay, real quick. The chat. Ship Fool sounds bomb diggity. It is bomb diggity.
Yeah,
which is
fun.
it's how we rate things here on the DrawBomb show.
Bomb diggity or no diggity?
Bomb diggity. 5 out
No
of 5
diggity.
diggities.
Is it bomb diggity or no diggity?
Lotus Clock says, speaking of that, Brandon, is Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark still your greatest movie of all time? I don't know. I try not to pick favorites anymore. Like I pick favorites, but I don't pick like the best of the best. For a really long time, I said Back to the Future was my favorite movie, and I still kind of maintain that, but I feel like it's a lost cause, or it's like I feel like you only lose when you spend time like trying to like narrow it down to one. It's like,
yeah,
I can just enjoy all the things.
I don't have favorites of anything anymore. I just have things I've really enjoyed and would like recommend to other people and think are like maybe underrated, but I don't really have favorites anymore because
I have favorites, but I don't have like have like narrowed down favorites. I can be like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe this is like my like top,
Favorite
you know.
Yeah.
The
Like
best I can do is I'll say like maybe this is like the top 10 for me, but that's like
Yeah.
all I can give you.
Yeah.
Crazy Kyle with a subscription. Oh my
Whoa!
god.
Oh my goodness.
52 months. This is getting
Jesus.
ridiculous.
That is
You're
a
the one who's
year's
doing
worth
it,
of
man.
months.
You can hire me as a financial advisor for cheaper than what you've spent
that is
on subscriptions, and I will tell you not to do this. But
that
we
is
appreciate it.
a year and a week in months. Or a year and weeks and months. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say?
Mad Lad says I'm more of a Last Crusade person when it comes to Indiana Jones myself. Yeah, Last Crusade and Raiders are both amazing. Temple of Doom is fun, but it's my lowest of the three.
Can I be a little honest with you guys right here, right now?
Oh no.
I haven't seen Last Crusade.
Why haven't you? Really?
Yeah.
It's great.
I know. I just haven't. This just hasn't. There hasn't.
And you get Sean Connery.
I know. It just hasn't come up like as like a
Lotus
movie.
Cock says Last Crusade was the movie where they got the Scottish James Bond guy right.
Yes.
They did. And he does a great
Wow.
job. He plays. They like. It's a pairing I wouldn't have expected, but Harrison Ford and Sean Connery delightful together as a father and son duo.
Every time I
It's really
tell
good.
people I haven't seen Last Crusade, they just say,
Why would you say that? You're such a loser.
and then I have to say,
Why would you say that?
You should just go watch it.
I should just, yeah, I know. It's hard to sit down and like watch a movie, especially like one where it's like, oh, this is the movie people have been saying I have to watch all these years. It gets harder. I feel like I gotta be
Yeah,
in the right mood.
I don't know.
I don't want to be like, oh, I hated Last Crusade because I wasn't in the mood for it. You know?
You're putting too much pressure on it.
I am.
Just got to get in there.
I just
I've
gotta
been in a
do it.
movie kick lately where like the TV shows are now the thing that doesn't sound that good, and I've been enjoying just sitting down and watching a movie and being done with it.
I feel that. I definitely go through phases. Like I'll probably go through like a podcast phase soon. I've been in like a music kind of kick recently.
Yeah.
Been enjoying just like listening to
fun movie.
songs and like clearing my head.
Honestly, playing the game has very much got me like wanting to just watch all the movies. I mean, maybe not the last two, but the three, the goodies.
Oh yeah,
I probably will do that.
I don't consider those part of the series. Those last two, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
they're more of like a, I don't know, money grab. I think.
yeah.
I still remember the me going through all the stages of grief watching the Crystal Skull in theaters. I love the Indiana Jones movies. Like I'm a big fan. And
I
so
remember how
when there was a
excited
new
you
one
were.
coming out, so excited. I was there like I went at midnight when that was a thing you'd do, like wait in the line, go watch it. And then I just like it kept doing things I hated, and I kept being like in my head being like, okay, this can still be saved if this, and this. And like those three things like they would mess that up. And I'm like, okay, this movie could still be good if they do this and this or something like that. And then just they kept like doing more things I hated, like compounding on top of each other. And then I was just like, all right. And then I
Yeah.
just did like a walk of shame out of the theater.
I remember being on Steam, and you tell me about the experience, and yeah, I just remember
Sad
that.
time for me.
Yeah. Let me see. Ooh, we got a conversation going on in the chat here now. Hold on.
A lot of Jones heads in the chat.
Ian No says Mad Lad, you need to see. I know, man, I know. Last Crusade is neat. After Temple of Doom, where they tried to put a bunch of non-Indiana Jones shit in it, they just went back to the basics. Way too dang. I liked Temple of Doom. I didn't like it a lot because it felt more cartoony than Raiders of the Lost Ark. But I didn't mind that.
Different, but
It felt a little tonally different, but it didn't feel super. It felt darker, but it also felt more cartoony at the same time. Like the physics felt more cartoony, but like the actual things that were happening felt more fucked up, which is a weird combination. And it's kind of like that tonal juxtaposition kind of rubbed me weird. I don't mind that he's not fighting Nazis. Like, I don't mind that he's just like in another weird like part of the world doing adventure shit. I feel like that still feels very in line, but I understand that sometimes, you know, people are just like, I like when he killed the Nazi because it's fun to see him kill the Nazi.
For me at all.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I like the movie. I just, of the three, I think it's like there's 5 movies and 2 of them like don't even acknowledge, and this one I definitely acknowise. I think it's a good movie. I just
it's a good movie.
The other
it's
two
just
are so strong.
Yeah.
In comparison, that's kind of how I feel.
Temple of Doom was just Steven Spielberg trying to make a Tintin movie before he eventually had the licenses. Lotus Clock. Jay Marshall says it's okay, but I think it had a bunch of distracting and childish content. Agreed. Jay Marshall also
It's a little
says
racist.
It was very
Times
racist.
in different directions.
Yeah, like Short Round and Chilled Monkey Brains and Everyone Overacts. Lotus Clock spitting mad facts. Mad Lad says, I'd find those aspects of the film charming, and I can understand that that perspective as well. That's not necessarily in reference. That's referencing what Lotus and Jay Marshall said, not the things we necessarily just said. Jay Marshall says, sure, but they're not very... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, real fast. Just going back to what you said about it being more cartoony. Yeah, like it's actually a really good description because, like, if we think about all 3 of them, that one I could see as like a Saturday morning cartoon like spin-off. Aside from like the maybe the darkness of it, like it feels like the characters and the just what goes on, like the minecart race. It all feels like a Saturday morning cartoon comparatively to the others.
It does. And I guess it's actually not unrealistic, but the raft thing in the beginning just feels very unrealistic in comparison to... You can survive
jumping out of a plane on a raft?
I don't know. I feel like I've heard somebody be like, well, they did it, or I don't know.
I thought they tried that on Mythbusters and everyone
they proved
died.
It was wrong? Okay, then yeah, never mind. Then what that
could
was...
Be wrong. Just,
I forgot. I remember that somebody experimented it. I figured Mythbusters, but I forgot what the actual result was. I guess I remembered it wrong. But I remember seeing that in the beginning and being like, well, this is a weird start to the movie, is having them, like, impossibly survive. I feel like none of that shit happened in Raiders, where I felt like, oh, this is like a cartoon. But, like, you know, I can see people finding those aspects of it charming. I just felt like in comparison to Raiders, Temple of Doom felt significantly more like a weak movie, but not like it didn't make it bad. It just like Raiders would set such a high bar, you know.
Jay Marshall says the inflatable raft falling out of a plane walked so that the nuked fridge could run.
I was thinking the same thing, honestly.
Skull.
I was actually thinking like the raft kind of gives me fridge vibes.
I think ads might have just dropped. We'll see if the chat freaks out at all. I don't know.
No.
But yeah, have you seen Crystal Skull?
I have not, but I know about the fridge. I've seen the opening scene.
Yeah. Crawls in a fridge, man.
Yeah.
And even if that did protect you from a bomb, like you got chucked.
Yeah, like the impact is still gonna like melt your brain.
Yeah, you can't just get flung like a rock for like a mile.
Mythbusters, do that one too.
They should do an episode where it's all just obvious ones where they're like, yeah, you die. We don't even have to do an experiment.
Yeah. It's just 2 guys sitting in a fucking like chair, just like smoking a cigarette, and they like read a list, and they're like, yeah, you die. And the next one, then the guy catches a bullet in his teeth. No, you die. If you try that, you die. Let's see, next one. Catch a sword with like your hands by clapping them together. You die. That's what happens is you die. Next one. And just do that for like 2 hours.
Alright. Ads are over.
Okay.
Welcome back. we were just saying that scene's absurd. It was a really good observation, the fridge, but it's absurd just like the idea that he could live in that, even if it did like stop the effects of a nuclear blast. Say it would protect you.
Yeah.
Surviving being thrown like a speedball like like a mile away and then like crawling out of it like, oh boy,
Ooh.
talk about a bumpy ride.
Let me dust off my jacket.
Yeah.
Woo-wee! What a doozy.
At least they didn't make Shia LaBeouf Indiana Jones, which they were trying to do.
Yeah. Who should be Indiana Jones now? Who's the reboot?
No, just stop making them.
Brandon, look me in the eyes. They're doing it. Okay? They're gonna do it.
Okay, so instead of fighting,
Just consider. They're gonna do it. Like, it's not gonna be now. They're gonna maybe wait till Harrison Ford, like, officially dies. But at some point...
they already established his son, so it's either got to be Shia LaBeouf, or they're just gonna...
They're gonna reboot.
Do
They're
like
gonna-
young Indiana Jones.
They're
or
gonna
they just reboot it
remake...
completely.
They're gonna
They should just
remake
remake it from
Raiders of
scratch.
the Lost Ark. They're
Ew,
gonna
they shouldn't do
remake.
that. Make it-
They're gonna
at least
make a new
story.
later. They're gonna redo Raiders of the Lost Ark, but they're gonna recast everybody, obviously, because it's that. But they're just gonna make a new one, and it's gonna be longer. They're gonna take Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a whole new cast because you have to like cast young people again, and they
Sure.
make it a 2-part movie where each part is 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
God, I can't wait.
Who do
Yeah,
they cast
create
as
the
Indiana Jones?
Jones-averse.
Who do they
'Cause
cast?
Disney
And
does have
here's
their myth on it.
here's who they're gonna cast as Indiana Jones in this remake of Raiders of the Lost Ark. They're no doubt gonna make in the next 5 years. Timothy Chalamet.
Fuck you. No, they won't.
These are my predictions.
It's
Look,
not gonna-
he's
gonna
got
be
the
Indiana
cred from Dune. Okay.
Chris Pratt, yeah.
He
Jay
can
Marshall says
clearly
Chris
be
Pratt.
in a
They're correct.
Sandy movie. Okay, he was in
Chris
Dune.
Pratt is gonna be every character.
It's
Now, if you want a reboot, here's what I think. Here's my honest opinion about the science of this thing. If you want to reboot a franchise and you want it to work, you want it to actually like get its heels dug in and people care about it and like people get excited for it, you gotta find a no name. You gotta
That's
start
true.
over.
It's true.
If you're rebooting it, you gotta actually reboot it, and you gotta bring in somebody who
You gotta
is
launch
a-
someone's
a
career with
bomb-ass
it.
actor who doesn't, who no one knows yet, or at least they don't know well enough, and launch their career, and then that's the answer.
Yeah. You launch a career with
Can't
it.
be Timothy I don't even dislike him. He's just not a good choice.
He's in everything, but yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, Brandon. He's proven he can be the lead character in a Sandy action movie. Okay,
It's not. It doesn't have to be Sandy.
it
Indiana Jones,
makes a
There are
difference.
artifacts in places besides Sandy places.
But do you think a record or a movie executive is gonna be smart like that? No, they're gonna be like, well, he's in a Sandy movie. He should have gone in the other Sandy movie, so he could be the guy in the Sandy movie.
Chad has some opinions.
Okay.
They said they might do shitty CGI and just have like
They
weird,
did.
gross like CGI Indiana Jones on screen, like
To be fair, somebody's
Me.
got that model sitting on a hard
It's
drive
still me.
somewhere from the beginning of the newest.
This video game was a test run because it
Well,
looks pretty good. but it's
Just
not
the
there yet.
movie. They did like they did that like didn't they did like the face swap of Indiana Jones in the newest movie where they like took old him and like made
Fair
him
enough.
young him. So they've got it
yeah.
sitting on a hard drive
Oh, yeah.
somewhere.
And as long as he consents, and I think he probably will. If I was old, I would be like, sure.
Oh,
How much do I get paid? You're gonna make movies after I'm dead? Sure. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't care. Or maybe I would be all caring about legacy. I don't know. Probably not. Who cares about
Maybe you'll be
Legacy?
like Mike Tyson, where you're like, you know, a young child interviews you about
A child's
Legacy.
like,
And you're like,
are you
like,
excited for the fight? Fuck Legacy.
well, I don't know, a fucking Legacy. I'll be fucking dead. I'll be in 6 feet in the ground, you know, for like, Wims will be eating my face. When
She
Wims be
handled
eating
the
my
response
face.
well.
Yeah, she did not.
She,
She
was like,
took it like
wow,
a champ.
I've never heard that before. That was
She-
like
look-
actually a good response.
She's growing up wanting to be a journalist. She's probably already looked up dead bodies on the internet. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right, but there's more on this about ideas of how the movie will be.
Okay.
Somebody says, I'd rather them make a new character to pass the torch to than a reboot. Yeah, that's probably what... I mean...
Obviously, that's what we would
I don't
prefer
know.
too, but that's not what they're gonna do. They're gonna reboot Indiana Jones. They're gonna remake Raiders of the Lost Ark. They're gonna
voices
make
will
it
be
longer
AI,
and
of
worse.
course. What do you expect? They'd hire a person? Ew. And then somebody says, unless it's a woman, and then the internet will go insane and flip tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, people freak out about that for some reason. It's weird to imagine that someone would do an Indiana Jones reboot because originally it was a homage to old adventure serials like Alan Quatermain and stuff like Steven Spielberg saw as a kid. Yeah.
Well,
Indiana
yeah.
Jones would be banking on nostalgia of itself. Well, yeah, but that's what it's been doing for the
Do you
past.
think context matters when there's
15 years.
profit to be made? Of course not.
Hey, it is more in the zeitgeist now than those serials. So honestly, like things like Uncharted and stuff and Tomb Raider are
Yeah.
basing themselves around Indiana Jones. So that's been going on for a while. And then also the last two Indiana Jones movies are now no longer inspired by serials. They're inspired by Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
like you were saying.
It's like an
Nostalgia of
Ouroboros.
itself. It's eating its... Yeah, exactly. It's eating itself. It's just AI consuming, it's scraping and regurgitating, and you're getting a bland product because of it.
Yeah. Man, we're fucking bummers about this, aren't we?
Hey man, I want, it's not what I want, it's just what they keep proving themselves to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
there's
did you
not
see
many
that they
examples of
just
the opposite.
they just dropped the Sora AI website? Like it's out.
No,
You
what
can,
is that?
You can use Sora. It's the open AI like video generator.
Oh, wild. I want to play with that.
So it's out. We could go to it right now if we wanted to and like have it
Okay,
generate videos.
maybe after the break. Or maybe after the show. Here's my theory.
Yeah.
They're going to do a CGI Harrison Ford that looks very Uncanny Valley, but close enough. And
Yeah.
then Chris Pratt will voice him.
I don't think.
I'm Indiana Jones.
I don't think. I think trends are showing
don't
that
actually think
celebrity
that.
doesn't matter quite so much anymore. Maybe when it comes to what puts butts in seats, because a lot of
Yeah.
movies have had a lot of celebrities in them, and they just haven't like brought people to the theaters
No one
like
cares
that
anymore.
Yeah. So I think like they'll probably like find someone who can actually like do the voice, or maybe they won't. I mean, who knows?
I mean, somebody's doing the voice in the video game pretty well.
They're doing a great job in the game.
I don't think they're going to do a full CGI movie of like, they might do that at some point. Somebody will try it, but I don't really think that will ever be a very successful avenue. I don't think people care enough to like pay for it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I could be wrong.
We'll see.
But I think people
Give
will
it
just be
10
like,
years.
It's not. I think the average consumer would rather just see an actor,
I don't
and
know.
it'd probably be cheaper to hire an actor than to animate the whole movie.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
It is
Give
hard
it
to say,
10
I don't
years.
know. Whatever. Art is dead.
Art is dead. Corporate art is dead.
It's kind of not a bad thing that some of the big stuff is kind of getting lame, and I know it's a shame to not get to see something that like something good that had a giant budget behind it, because you get some really like unique things that could never exist in any other context. But
Yeah.
it is kind of fun seeing the little guys being the successful ones now.
I will say, what I've watched of that
more
Joel Haver
interesting
movie,
things.
The Diary Brothers Save the Day, it's pretty, like, they don't have a crazy budget, but they put a lot of work into that one, and it's good. Like, the budget is utilized very well. It's like, it feels like there's production value behind that movie,
That's
even
cool.
though, you know, it was probably made like super cheap by Joel.
yeah, I don't know. I think you get more interesting things that way. I will say, like, in the whole like ebbs and flows of this kind of stuff, I think it was not the worst time. I think it was like a lot more bland and boring if like a few years back.
What was? Sorry, your voice went robot
I
for
think
like.
I was saying I think in the grand scheme of like the ebbs and flows of
Yeah, it's
movies
specifically what you're talking
stuff,
about.
I don't think now's the worst time. I don't think now's the worst time. I think it was. You think now is the worst time?
I don't know. I think I think
we're past.
Go ahead.
I think we've gotten past the worst time. I think there was a period where like they were still trying to make the big things. The little guys weren't like the ones getting the money yet, and all the big stuff was just like garbage sequels and remakes. And I know that's still happening, but it's not happening as much because they keep failing. So now it seems like right now there's more like unique content than there was maybe like 5 or 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, I think there's definitely more unique content now than ever before, just because there's more content now than ever before, and that's just gonna mean larger sample size of everything. But you know, I think in terms of like what kind of art is gonna survive in the economic landscape, it's hard to predict with all like so many things kind of being like thrown for a serious loop by various emergent technologies.
We might be on the verge of the worst time. I just don't think right now is the worst.
Gotcha.
Personally,
I think that's fair.
I might be. Yeah, I don't know. I think yeah, it might be about to get really terrible, but I do think I think there's been a worse time where there was just nothing good, I thought, for a little while, or not as much good. Right now, there's a lot of things I like.
There's a lot of good things to be found, for sure.
It's just a weird time. I do miss like getting excited about big movies and stuff. It's not really a thing anymore.
I remember being excited and going to see the first Avengers movie in the theaters. And what an innocent, bright, starry-eyed lad I was.
This is a good thing that's happening.
Yeah. Surely this can't go wrong.
Also in the chat, Belbo Rocket says hello. Sorry.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you.
Said I am fashionably late. See, we're doing Bill Watterson today. Not every weird snowman drawing is Bill Watterson. He trademarked it apparently, because we get that comment every time we draw snowmen doing anything. And I get why.
100%.
Get why, but also,
I mean, he was the OG to draw like crazy, wacky snowmen things, so I get it. It's like if you were like, you could make a device where one object does something and it leads to another in a series of complicated cause and effects to eventually like accomplish a task, but completely like with no outside influence. But everyone's gonna look at that and be like, so you made a Rube Goldberg device. And that's just the way it is.
Certain things are just. It's a pretty cool one to have a lockdown. Is unique snowmen. That's just he's got dibs.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jay Marshall says, speaking of low budget awesomeness, I'm hoping to watch Hundreds of Beavers sometimes over the holidays.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Let us know how you like it. We both were big fans.
Yeah, we were talking about it last episode.
Yeah.
Or not last episode, the episode before the last episode. Yeah.
Jay Marshall also says, and then Avengers Age of Ultron happened and my interest crashed through the floor.
Oof.
Yeah, that one was kind of boring.
I'd already like sort of fallen off by that point. I was like, man.
Nice. You got out when the getting was good.
I think I did, yeah. But then I got back in for Endgame and Infinity War.
Apparently the new Call of Duty has AI at a bunch of points. That's fun.
Cool. Hooray.
it still demands a quarter of a 2 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Pretty whack. Yeah, I would, it's a shame because something like I have fond memories of playing some like COD back in the day, but now it just feels like this
Corporate machine.
I think it's like doomed to fail once you get too like big.
Yeah. Sort of
Corporate
what
machine
makes
loses all the heart, and then also like people that like it take it too seriously, so it's just like this weird like microcosm of people who just spend all their time doing that. So I don't know. I'm intimidated by competitive games.
part of what makes art, at least for me and I think a lot of people, so compelling is the fact that there's an unmistakable human element behind it.
Yeah.
What the reason that people love an underdog is that the underdog feels like somebody on their level, so they feel that connection to the human. So once you become successful, you're no longer the underdog, so your art kind of loses that underdog aspect to it. As long as you're not like owned by a corporation, like people still love FromSoft because FromSoft still feels like an underdog because they're not like
And
a
they're
big.
backing up, their work speaks for
Oh,
itself.
I
like,
mean, yeah, their work is incredible too.
even if
don't
they
get me
were
wrong.
owned by a big corporation, if that was the game they're
They
putting
are.
out, I'm like, okay.
They are owned by a big corporation.
Okay, well there you go.
They're owned by a big corporation, but they're not. They are not the big corporation. It's still like, they're sort of passengers.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a thing that's like still. It's strange how, I guess it's just ultimately like whatever makes you the most money is going to be the guiding light, unfortunately. But like,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose what people love about it. I mean, like even like if you break down art to the most simplest forms, like people still like to go to museums because they like to see the brush strokes. Like you want to see like a person did this, and I can see physically that they did this in some ways. Like that's the charming aspect of like almost all art is the
Yeah.
handmade quality to some degree. And like if it gets to the point that it's just churned out by like a literal machine, it's just like, okay, that's boring. It's not even like, it's just boring. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the
I
thing.
agree. I like to think that like that's the popular opinion, but sometimes I feel like our
I don't think it
opinion
is.
is skewed because of we're artists and that's how we sort of view it. But I don't know.
Yeah. I do think, I don't use this term in like a negative way necessarily, but I do think we're like maybe out of touch is a better. I was gonna say like pretentious, but like I think yeah, we're in like a echo chamber amongst other people who are
Artists.
appreciate artists in the same way we do or make
Yeah.
art or
Like if
and
we were to
so
meet somebody
that-
who would be like, art is stupid, we probably wouldn't hang out with that person in all honesty. Like we would, because we wouldn't have a lot to kind of connect with them on, probably, in our minds.
Have you ever bumped into anybody who's like trying to convince you that AI art is still like creative? Because like, I mean, you still have to like
Not in person
put it
ever.
in and like, I have, so they exist, and they're like, well, no, I mean, like, it's still like they're trying to explain to me, and I'm like, okay, we're just not
Yeah.
not on the same page here. But I mean, I don't think it comes from like a menacing place. It's just like a not understanding how it's made. What the negatives to it, not only like for the industry, but also just like for the product. Like
Yeah.
if you like art, it's gonna get shittier and shittier the more you rely on something. Like I don't know, just stuff like that. It just doesn't seem to be present in their mind. And why would it be? Like, not thinking about this stuff all the time like we are.
Yeah.
And why would you be? I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, I do think we're kind of like in our own little bubble sometimes.
Yeah. Which is why I try not to I try very hard not to ascribe my general opinion to a broader sort of collective, because like
Yeah.
that's a good way
I
of
usually
sort
assume
of
the opposite.
yeah. I assume my opinion is unpopular because that's a safer bet at least.
That's what I found as time goes on.
Yeah.
Anytime I get a little too like confident, start talking about what I think to people, they stare at me like, what? And I'm like, oh, never mind.
Oopsies.
Thought this was what we all thought.
Sorry, I thought that we were in agreement.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We gotta rework the show so it's not so doom and gloom every episode.
Shit. Well, we gotta change the world at that point.
It's a common thread to pull on in this show.
It is. It is, unfortunately.
We'll
Hey
work on
world,
that.
stop being so easy to make feel doom and gloom. Why don't ya? Huh?
Well, we can pretend like it's not, so that
True.
people who come and watch can have a good time.
That's true.
And then as soon as it ends, we can go back to bitching off
Yeah.
air.
Those fucking fucks.
Exactly. That's what I'll say.
Oh wait, you put the shadow.
Oh, I like the.
Fuck.
Sorry about
Oh,
that. I
man.
didn't know we were getting in there.
No, but
Yours was better, anyways. I'll get rid of mine.
well, not even that, but like you have a shadow face, so like if anything would go like.
Well, the light was from the candles, but
Oh, I see.
But I guess the shadow should have been a bigger like block on the back. I was just trying to do a quick little accent, I think.
I understand. We're just trying too hard to be helpful for each other.
I was just doing that thing where I chat and don't draw, so I was instead co-opting drawing on your stuff.
That's okay. I feel like this drawing is just about good. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm feeling pretty good.
I think so.
I'm
Real
gonna
quick,
try
I want to hit up the
one
chat,
more
and then we'll take a break.
Yeah, you
I'll
hit
let
up the chat while I
do
do
a
a
little-
finishing touch on the thing.
Lotus Clock says generative AI art is just a toy to me. Me too. And I think for that purpose, it is fun. Like I don't think it's like if it weren't for the menacing like
specter of
thing that's kind of like shadowing over the industry, and we all kind of see it coming but don't know what to do. If it weren't for that, I would be like, AI art is cool. This is fun. It's a fun toy. It's you punch something in, something really stupid looking appears instantly.
Yeah.
It's just like a fun, dumb little like, and then I forget about it forever, just like it was a little quick thing. Unfortunately, that's not really what it's turning into, but agreed with you. I don't think it's like inherently like evil to use. It's just about what you're using it for.
Yeah.
Let's see. But the world is everything. You can find it gloomy, and the same time as you can find it glowing. Yeah, and I think I do. I'm very fortunate in my life and happy, and I have a good life. And I think the show we're always chatting about, just like I don't know, just whatever. So that it tends to come up. It's
Yeah.
But I don't know. Life is good. I'm not in a. I'm very fortunate and happy about what I have.
I don't got shit going on in my fucking life.
Well, I don't have shit going on, but I'm enjoying being alive.
Oh, nice.
And you know,
I'm happy to hear that.
you're like, oh, that's cool. What's that like?
That sounds wonderful. I should try it sometime.
Looks like Snowman A crapped green smile in his pants. Slime, I bet you that's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I'm just gonna go with smile. Yep.
Smile.
I made smile.
I'm a smile.
Brandon, I don't know if you saw my earlier message, but I am eagerly anticipating your next run of Silent Hill 2. You haven't finished it yet, have you? I have not. I played a little briefly during like busy Thanksgiving holidays and you know, things happening in the world that made me want to stay offline, but I haven't gotten that much further. I am now in the jail, and I was gonna start streaming again soon. Yeah, I just haven't done it yet, but I will.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I need you to finish that game so I can stream. I can stream the original.
Yeah, I'll hurry up.
God damn
on
it!
my way.
No rush though. No rush though. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy
They made
yourself.
it longer.
They did. They did make it. I can beat the original. I can beat Silent Hill 2 I think my record is about 3 hours.
Whoa. Ian is gonna start the new Silent Hill 2 speedrun.
There's already a community, I'm sure.
You do is you smash a bug and you jump backwards 3 times and then you launch halfway across the game.
How did you know, dude?
All right.
How did you know?
We wanna
Take a quick break?
take a little break.
Yeah, and then we'll come back.
All right. See you guys shortly.
BRB! Hey folks, how's it going? We're back. We're here. We're gonna play a little game we've decided is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the game is draw what you see in a cloud is what we've pulled up in the randomizer. So
Gotta
Brandon,
find some good cloud pictures.
I'm gonna go to Google Maps.
Wow. Interesting technique for finding clouds.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Google Maps and I'm gonna plot myself down in a random location and I'm gonna look up in the sky and I'm gonna find a cloud.
That is in no way that I saw this going, but that's really interesting.
If only Google Maps would load right now. It's not loading.
The world record for a Silent Hill 2 speedrun is 36 minutes and 14 seconds. That's
I believe it.
You got it, Ian.
My oh, there we
Do
go.
this.
Finally, my internet is refusing to like load websites right now. It's pretty frustrating. So I might disappear. My internet might be having a poop.
I could just get a picture of a cloud and we could both try to draw what we think it looks like.
That would be interesting. Do you feel like it's more interesting for us to draw the same cloud or to draw like if we each drew a different cloud?
You could see like both
All right,
our
I'm in.
takes on it. Might be fun.
I'm in Google Maps. I'm gonna plot myself down in Arkansas somewhere.
All right. Go on to Arkansas, why don't you?
Right there. All right. One sec. All right, so I closed my eyes, but I've ended up in Muldrow, Oklahoma.
Wow. And you knew that just by looking at like the dirt and surroundings, right? You're like one of those guys.
Yeah, sure, that's not labeled up in the corner at all for sure. Okay, so there's no clouds in the sky. It's a fucking bright sunny day. Maybe like the Midwest, like desert area is probably a bad choice.
Also,
Let's
I wonder like
try-
if weather has any input on them with the days they record.
Oh, true. Well, there's some clouds in the sky here. In Mesquite, Nevada. No. Alright, hold on. Trying to get the specific view. Layers. Traffic. Okay. Let's go to Britain. Some places in Britain are it's hard to get a non-cloudy day.
That's true. It's more of a sure thing there.
But it might be like a full
Seattle?
cloudy sky for all we know. Seattle, that's not a bad idea. All right, I'm in Britain right now. I'm in Thames Path. Wow, their fucking weather sucks, man. What the hell? They were not
Ew,
joking.
It's nothing but clouds. There's no negative space.
Okay, what about that cloud right there? Do you think I can find something out of this?
I don't know. Seems
Oh my god, I'm gonna try again.
that's up to you.
Oh my
What is your
god.
creative ability? I'm over here drawing a frog that I see in a cloud already.
You chose the easier option. I tried to shake it up a little bit.
Easier.
We're in
No, sir. This is not easier. This takes much skill.
Alright, now we're in Rouge Jacquard. That's not how you say that at all. Rouge Jacquard. Bensacon, Bourgogne, Franche-Comté. I don't know what the fuck. There's a lot of clouds here, though. This is actually a great spot for some cloud looking at. Let's find a cloud. Let's find a cloud. Okay, I got one.
On the cloud that you're
Yeah.
gonna draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I like that cloud. It's a good cloud. I'll shrink down my thing so that you have space.
Cool.
Inverse my selection, damn it. How do I do that?
How do you feel about... I see what you're drawing, though. That's a good cloud right there.
Thanks. When I saw this cloud, I knew that cloud was the cloud.
It was the one.
What the hell layer did I put this cloud on? Got it. Stop. Oh my god. Having issues.
This is the one, says Mad Lad, in regards to that cloud. This is the one.
Great.
Good
Great
callback. Good callback. For those who aren't in the know, when I streamed Resident Evil 8, I fought one boss like... Oh my god, I don't even know how many times, man. Like, so many fucking times. And I kept saying, this is the one! And it oftentimes was not.
right.
One of those times it finally was, but frequently it was not. I am the callback person. Mad Lad is very good with the callbacks, I must say. Excellent job with the
I was just about
callbacks.
to mention that as well. Like, it's got it locked and loaded.
Yeah. I'm actually really bad with callbacks. Like, I want to, like, sometimes I've got them locked in, but, like, long term, I do not have callback sense.
I'm pretty good at them. It's a good, like, cheat code. Like,
Yeah.
Just remembering something. I'm not discounting it, like, your amazing skill, Mad Lad, because it is great. But you don't even have to come up with something new. You just have to remember, and then it's
It's funny because you remembered
stuff.
it. It's not necessarily like funny because
Yeah.
you had to like wrinkle your brain to come up with the wittiest necessarily like response. It's witty without having to try too hard. But you just have to have that memory for it, like locked in.
My whole life has just been like cheat codes to seem funnier than I am. That's one that I got in the bag. I also, it doesn't work as much now, but having like a very like kind of dry
Sense of humor. Yeah.
That one works because you don't even have to, just the way you speak, you get laughs from that. You don't even have to actually think of anything clever.
Sometimes I'll be saying shit and people laugh and I'm like, I wasn't telling a joke. This is just how I feel about this.
Yeah.
I definitely grew up on some Jim Carrey though, so I've got some physical comedy aspects to my way, I think sometimes.
That's your way for sure, I'd say.
Mad Lad says I'm definitely discounting it, so there you go.
Hey, I'm just, my analysis is coming from a person that implements that in every social situation I'm in, so it's not really criticizing at all.
Yeah. Okay, I kind of drew how finished are you making your drawing? Because
I don't know. Probably not too. Just trying to go like with lines that I feel like I can see in the thing, at least.
I like your frog.
Thanks. I like your. Oh, I see. Those are his tentacles in the back. He's an octopus. Oh no, he's a cannibalistic octopus.
He's not even an octopus necessarily. He's just a tentacle man, I think.
Yeah. If we ever have alien visitors, that's going to be a real taboo thing. You just automatically compare them to octopuses. They're not going to like that. Or bugs. They'll be mad about that one,
They're
too.
gonna be mad about both of those real bad.
Like, look, man. Racist.
Yeah, how bugsist. You almost also name your cloud characters, says Mad Lad. Alright. My fella. You have a name for your frog already?
Oh, man. No.
You should. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry.
I think I've got a name for my dude.
Trying to get the bottom of the sweatshirt right, because it's like a weird... It's a bit. It's like trying to draw pants on a dog.
Yeah. Does he wear it like this or like this?
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
One feels very like illegal, and the other one feels stupid but correct.
Yeah.
And there's no reason why either of them should feel any sort of way.
Yeah. I also love that they like did that and applied it to so many other things like spiders or like I loved like how does blank wear pants was one of my favorite memes of that year. I wonder what memes 2025 will have in store for us. What horrors await.
Can't wait to find out.
Yeah.
Okay, you're coloring. I guess I'll color my little frog guy.
Just because I didn't have any other lines I wanted to add, but I wanted to like keep drawing.
Yeah.
Gotta get in early and make a viral meme for 2025. True.
Get in
How are
while the
we?
getting's good.
Yeah. DrawBomb's what's the forecast for DrawBomb in 2025, Brandon? 2023 was the year of the DrawBomb. 2024 was the year the beast slept.
Yeah, during the summer, right? We weren't around that much during the summer.
Yeah. Or just this year, like we didn't we have 2 cartoons still sitting around.
Oh, you mean like as far as the channel goes?
Yeah. But also in general, like yeah, the show.
I was thinking in terms of Twitch, but I got
True.
you.
True.
Yeah, what do we do? What's the plan for this year? What's
I don't know. I want to put out more improv animation movies.
Me too. I just want to make more of everything. I feel like
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and complain about how little time I have. It do feel like that.
I do feel like that. But I feel like if we put out some more improv animations, like we were talking about using Tuesdays while we have Tuesdays off at the same time.
Yeah. And
We should like maybe do a stream on Tuesday nights where we just work on shit, but also play games later on. Like, I don't know, we were talking about those sorts of thoughts. I think
that.
like if we were to stream ourselves working at least for an hour on Tuesdays, we would. And we could like start it a bit later. We could start it at like 9 o'clock. Just so that we're not like, oh, I gotta fucking do this thing right away. But I think that would help us get more projects done.
Definitely.
How do you feel?
It would indeed.
Would you be
and
interested
I would
in?
enjoy it. Yes, I would. I would. I have been. I know we haven't implemented it. But I think we started talking about it during like
Last episode, I think.
Thanksgiving, Christmas time. So it's just
Yeah.
right now I'm feeling overwhelmed. But I want to do that. I think that's a good idea.
And like, you know, we don't have like during this overwhelming time, we could just, you know, do a game during those streams. But you know.
Yeah. But either way, I think we should do more.
Cool.
We don't do
I mean,
enough.
I'd be
One
interested.
stream
I
a week
mean,
ain't enough.
I agree. But I mean, if you want potentially tomorrow, how would you feel?
Just so I don't get in trouble for I know we have a friend coming over for dinner tomorrow.
If you have people coming over,
I just want to make
that's
sure I don't want to like say yes and then I like realize plans that I made. But I will let you know
okay.
tonight.
And if you have a
tomorrow.
person coming over tomorrow and then like afterwards you feel overwhelmed socially, you want to recharge your social battery, I understand too. Like you don't, you know, we don't have to.
Oh
I'm
no,
just
that's
kinda,
fine. I just the overlap is the only part that I'm.
I understand. Yeah.
Avoid.
Definitely, you know, make
Yeah.
you know.
That tomorrow might be the day. That might
Okay,
work.
cool. Yeah, let me know. I'd be super interested in doing that. And it could be fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it'd be fun.
Oh
It'd be
yeah.
fun, all right.
Yeah.
I always have a good time.
I do too. And if we do like Progress Fest Tuesdays or something like that, we'll definitely get our animations done, I think, pretty quick. I think we'll do some cool
See this,
stuff.
people. More DrawBomb coming your way.
Yeah. And we could even like turn them into watch parties, so we have like a movie on while we're working on stuff, and then that way people.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Because if I'm gonna actually be productive, then yeah, probably would need some kind of like
Distraction
excuse
to
for us to kind of be
not talking.
silently working a little bit.
Yeah. Agreed.
This show I can kind of like rock out drawings while chatting because I'm just like making them on the fly. But when I'm making something that's like planned ahead, I kind of need to focus more, or I'm a little bit less productive. I end up sitting still and not doing anything. So
Same.
I'm sure we'll find our flow.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, it'll be interesting also because we could discuss like maybe an optimal flow for our work, like a workflow thing, so that we're sort of maximizing. Since we're both sort of doing our art in Clip Studio, I could sort of like, I don't know, help you sort of I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I'm, okay.
Yeah. I understand.
But we could also coordinate that way, and that, you know, because what I've learned over the course of making Empty Head Buffet, and I've discussed this on a previous episode of DrawBomb, but is that the way we were doing animations with Empty Head Buffet was tough because DaVinci really struggled with handling large PNG files.
Yeah.
And so if we could sort of make there be less of a need to animate the PNGs in DaVinci, but more just use DaVinci as a compositor rather than the animation suite.
Totally.
That would make my life easier.
Yeah, and I think it would just it makes more sense anyway.
Yeah. So that would be a discussion about how we would kind of like change our workflow from Empty Head Buffet, which it wouldn't be a huge radical change. But it would require just like a little bit of adapting ourselves. But that's fine. I'm not worried. But a Progress Fest would be a great time to have that discussion. We could chat with folks. Folks could maybe chime in. Maybe they'll have ideas on our thing, or we could just like hype up the cartoon as we work on it. I don't know. There's ideas. There's ideas there.
Lots of ways we could do it. But yeah, I like it. I like the get more goods done.
Yeah. I also do want to say
It's good having stuff to show.
It does. I always like having cartoons to put out. And I see so many animations on YouTube pop off, and the one thing that I notice among them, that doesn't necessarily mean it's why they're popping off, but I think it certainly has helped them pop off, is that the animation is, like, where it's there, it's good, you know? And I think making our animation be a bit less stiff, like Empty Head Buffet was...
Like the animation quality is higher.
Yeah, like Empty Head Buffet, I'm very proud of what we did, because I think it's like a great showcase of writing and artistic range, but it wasn't necessarily a showcase of animation prowess. But I think animations from DrawBomb that like are more quality animation could be cool, could help us.
Yeah, I would love to do that. The next stage.
Yeah, I think so. But also at the same time, doing improv animations would be a great way of having fun animations to put out more frequently in between those.
Something we could do to play around on the show.
Exactly.
Which I always enjoy doing. I've always been a big backer of those.
Same. So I'm excited for that too. So that's kind of what I want to make happen in the year 2025. I want to make more DrawBomb improv animations and more actual animations. But I mean, that's going to be more work behind the scenes. But again, I think if we do it during these Tuesday streams, it'll feel less like homework. Yeah, because I, you know, this year has taught me how much. Retaught me how much having a job just wears you out and prevents you from wanting to like sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna make a fucking animation.
Your
now.
time becomes like way more of a commodity once you no longer have any.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you don't want to spend it. Sometimes you don't want to spend it like working on more stuff when you just want to like, I don't know, do whatever you feel like doing for a moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think we can balance both. That would be great. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be a really good time.
Maybe that's the answer. That's this year will be more and better DrawBomb.
That's right. I don't know how long I'm gonna be like free on Mondays and Tuesdays, like in terms of work. So, but I mean, I guess I'm always free. Well, I'm always free that night though, so either way it would work, and I'd be okay with sort of doing that. So, yeah, I guess no matter what, I'd be okay. Like my schedule still permits the stream, especially if we like start the Tuesday stream at 9. If you'd be okay with that.
Well, yeah, totally. Later the better, honestly.
Okay, cool. Maybe like a 10 o'clock start on the. Start it off at 9 and see if 10 vibes with us more. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it comes together.
And I'm also sorry to pressure you into like hang out with me at this time on these days.
No, I don't feel that way. It just gets hard sometimes because I have my schedule. I work seconds basically, or like, you know, second shift. So because of that, I only have like my couple days where I can accomplish tasks, and then the rest of the time is like goblin hours. Like I have the middle of the night, or I have these 2 days where I actually have daytime. So because of the way, unfortunately, life is built around this stuff, it's like, okay, so now I have 2 days to do all my yard work, and I have 2 days to hang out with my wife, and I have 2 days to fucking buy groceries and do boring shit that I don't like to do, but I have to fit that in there too. And, see my family and do stuff like that. So there's too many things fighting for the time. That's the only part where it gets complicated, but there's nothing I want more than to be able to focus on my creative pursuits more.
And as the attitude has always been with this show, DrawBomb Live, life comes first. If you're like, I can't do Tuesday tonight because blank blah blah blah, I get it. I'm not gonna be mad.
But DrawBomb is life.
DrawBomb is life. What is best in life? The drawings that they make when they try to remember Scyther.
How do you feel about my Cloud Frog?
I love it. You gotta name him.
Okay. Trying to think of, instead of just picking a name, I'm trying to think what a frog would be. What's a name for a frog?
Because you can see the name I named my character.
Sklumpo. Well, that I can see that being a frog name as well. Let's see here. This is I'm just going with a normal name, but it feels like a frog as well. This is Herb.
You know what? I was totally thinking Herb, like a her sound as well. Because I was trying to think of like what sounds do frogs make, and they go like.
Got a little bit of a ribbit in it.
Yeah, it's got that. Exactly. So good. I think that's a good. The fact that my mind went there too, I think means you chose a good name. Herb.
Herb and Sklumpo.
Herb and Sklumpo.
Best friends forever.
That's right. Well, Brandon.
This is the animation project we're gonna work on all year long.
That's right. Herb and Sklumpo. I'm excited. We have some fun projects lined up too, though. I think it'll be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see them get made.
Me too. I'm gonna try and make another list of like these sorts of animations too, because I've had like ideas pop in my brain, and I'm like, oh, that'd be good to make, and I can't think of them right now. So, I'm gonna do that at some point.
The clouds, when you put this filter on, the clouds changed kind of to the colors of the characters we made.
Oh yeah, that's funny how that worked out. Huh.
What do you know?
Look at that. Brandon!
Everything to plug.
Yes. Let me get the link. Yeah, I tried to find more than just this, but I couldn't find many other. Or YouTube's not recommending me as many animations right now. But I'm going
the algorithm too intensely with the DrawBomb bump is throwing everything askew in the
DrawBomb. So I'm gonna paste the link. It's this animation. It's made to look like a old 90s LucasArts era point and click adventure game. The whole presentation is like that, but it's just like this really funny sort of fantasy, like comedy sort of series. The whole channel is full of like a continuous series. It's very entertaining. I really like their sense of humor in it. This one's about a wizard trying to find it's just called the Cursed Throne, and so I think it's great. It's really fun.
I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot. I found it really refreshing. And again, there's a bunch more on the channel. I recommend checking out the whole channel's work. Again, I couldn't find more animations, so that's it. Wigglewood, the Cursed Throne.
Some of the detail they use, I like a lot. Like it's funny because it's like simple, and it's also got an attention to detail. Like there's certain times where like the camera switches and the characters pop in.
Yeah, like they
in the same
load
way
at
that,
separate
like, it
times.
would on the old, yeah. They
Yeah,
load
I
in,
love that effect
like,
that
for
they
shots and just little touches like that.
It's a really nice attention to detail that they did. I'm glad you noticed that too, because I know it's more noticeable, I feel like, in the Genie cartoon.
Yeah, that is the one where I noticed it, but
yeah,
still.
They do it for all of them though, and it's a nice effect that really kind of helps sell that vibe. So yeah, I recommend checking it out. It's really fun. I have posted a link in the DrawBomb Discord. I'm gonna post a link to that in the chat right now, and you can find that in the DrawBomb Live links section. That section is made for when Brandon and I talk about stuff. If we want to provide a link, that's what that section is for. And I've been posting the animations I am trying to promote on there. I'm trying to support indie animation. Anyways, Brandon, anything else do you want to plug?
No, I think that's good.
Alrighty. That being said,
you know, thanks everybody for joining us on another episode. We had a lot of people in the chat today. That was very fun.
yeah.
Lotus Block, Mad Lad, Bell Rocket, Jay Marshall,
Xenus popped in, I think, at one point.
Venus.
Crazy Kyle, who subscribed for his
Yeah,
52nd month.
Yeah, Crazy Kyle, Mad Lad. I'm repeating people now. I'm just double mentioning the people I like a lot. That's why.
We really fucked ourselves by like turning this into a thing we do where we thank each individual person.
Enjoy it now. If we ever have like double
20
this amount of people,
yeah.
God forbid, I'm just not doing it anymore. But you know, I think because it's a tight knit group, I really do appreciate it more than ever.
I do, yeah. We do appreciate all of you.
Feel alive, and it's fun to hang out, and it's fun. So we appreciate you.
Yeah. The fact that you guys like come back every week, or most weeks at least, is like, first of all, why? But second of all, I appreciate it. Like, I'm glad that you do.
Great show, Ian.
I know. I always have to throw that in there, but no, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. So thank you guys.
We got sappy last episode, so we got to keep it to a minimum this time around.
We do.
We're only allowed to do that once every 100 episodes.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
We love you guys.
Thanks
All
everybody
right.
for watching, and we will catch you
next time
again soon. Maybe sooner than a week from now. We'll see.
Ooh. All right. Yeah. Bye. Oh. Wait.